All right, we are joined by the newest member of the Phoenix family, Izayah. You've signed as a development player for the NBL 21 season. Before we get started, can you help us with your last name, please?
My name is Izayah Mauriohooho-Le'afa.
Could you say that slowly for the people at home?
Mauriohooho-Le'afa.
Okay. I'm just going to run with Izayah. Where do we find you in the world at the moment, mate?
I'm in Sacramento right now. I went to college here for past 4 years, so just back here at the moment.
And the college season ended early in the year. You've just been in Sacramento the whole time?
Yeah, I was back home, played in the New Zealand League for however 6 weeks, I think that one was.
Right.
And then just came back here.
And then you've signed with the Phoenix to start your Australian NBL career. Why South East Melbourne? Why was it the place for you?
Just I think everything, Melbourne, the team, and just kind of their culture and what they represented. I was talking to Juddy, who was an assistant coach, and he kind of just let me know everything, do's and don'ts, and just I got family out in Melbourne, so that kind of was the selling point right there.
So you played junior Tall Blacks when Judd was a coach?
Yeah. So I was under Juddy, and I think it was 2000 and, well, I can't even remember, 13, 14.
Right.
2014, I think it was. We went to Fiji for JTBs, and he was the head coach of that team.
Fiji to play hoops. That's not a bad gig.
Yeah.
So similar to Ruben, who we signed a month or two ago, you grew up in New Zealand playing hoops, and then you played for the national team at age 16, I think, when Ruben was in that team as well.
That was 2013. That was my first New Zealand team I ever made.
Yeah. Oh, really? So you never played?
Yeah.
Straight in the senior.
So I never played. I played JTBs was after Tall Blacks.
Right.
But yeah, that was the first team I ever made representing New Zealand.
What was it?
It was just a good experience. I was just 16 years old, just learning basically. And yeah, Rouge was on that team too. And I think I was his roommate for a few of the trips we had in Tall Blacks. So kind of took me under his wing as well.
Did you kind of stay connected with Ruben, or have you talked to him recently?
Yeah, I could keep in touch with him. Just messaged him a few days ago, asking about Melbourne and what he thinks about it and all that. Yeah, and I was with him back in the NBL season too. So.
Yeah. Which team was that? Was that Wellington?
Yeah. Back during my college years, he played for Saints, and every time I'd go home, I'd see them. And I'll practice with him every now and then.
Yeah, so I believe you grew up in New Zealand, and both your parents played professionally, and your dad even coached you for some years there. What was that like, having your old man coaching you and teaching you the ropes?
Yeah, it was probably a good and hard thing at the same time, just because every time he would say something, I'll just be like he was just always going at me and no one else. But no, I definitely think it was one of the best things I could have done growing up. Just having him, he had been through all of that and kind of just taking his knowledge and picking it apart.
And I've been told you played for the Wellington Saints in the New Zealand NBL before your college career, but you played for free, so you were still eligible to play.
Yeah. So I just kept playing throughout high school. When I was back at high school in Wellington, I played with Wellington Saints just growing up, and I kind of went to the practices when I was younger, like a little kid. Just my dad was playing, and I was always there just shooting after practices and before, just shooting around, just having fun as a young kid would do. And then kind of just got into that when I was about 16, started playing. Wasn't really playing, but I was just practicing and kind of making my way up there. And then ever since from there, I just came to college, and yeah, that's kind of how it all went down.
And before you did go to college at Sacramento State, you went to high school in New Zealand, and I believe you played a bit of rugby. Is that true?
Yeah, I played rugby before I kind of thought, basketball was definitely the sport I want to play. Definitely missed rugby though, but couldn't play both, so I had to choose one.
Miss tackling blokes. Do you bring that kind of stuff to basketball?
Yeah, sort of. Try to not use the shoulders or anything, but I mean it's always a good little thing to have in the back of your pocket.
Yeah, a bit tougher refereeing. So then Sacramento State, you were there for, I think it was it 4 years?
Yeah, 4 years.
In California. What was the experience like? Is it like the TV shows, going to university in California?
Uh, yeah, so half-half, but college was fun.
Yeah.
The experience, just I guess being away from family and friends, um, kind of made me a better person. Just because that's so far away, so I kind of had to rely on myself and just family, friends out here these ways, and just everything about college was cool, fun and experience. The experience we had, kind of the hoops was different, and it was just kind of full on.
And you were a starting guard on the Sacramento State team basically your whole career, I think. Can you talk us through that experience and how much you learned and how much you grew as a basketball player?
Yeah, I remember I came on a visit here, all the way from back home. Me and my mom. We came here 2016, and I had a workout here and it was terrible. It was like probably one of the worst workouts I've ever done. Just coming off that 12-hour flight and straight into a workout, but kind of all worked out. Wasn't the best start, but kind of just fought through that, and here I am today, kind of thing.
Yeah, no, it's funny how life works. I've been told you're a pretty sturdy defender, which we've been looking to boost for our second season in the NBL, and a pretty accurate shooter. Would that be the way you describe yourself? What you'd bring to the team next year?
Yeah, definitely. Kind of pride myself on defense and just guarding whoever was the player I'm matched up with, or whoever they want me to guard, type of thing, and just making the game easier for my teammates and kind of spacing the floor and knocking down the open shot.
Do you think that kind of comes from your rugby background, just having that grit and determination to shut blokes down, make their day?
Yeah, I think that's definitely a little where I get a little toughness from.
And when are you planning to arrive in South East Melbourne?
So my flight's 1st of November.
There you go. To Sydney to quarantine? Is that how it works?
It's in Melbourne at the moment. Melbourne, yeah.
Right, okay.
From what I've got, yeah.
Yeah, and then a couple of weeks, and then we'll see you in the heartland. That'll be
you'll do that quarantine. That's not looking forward to the quarantine.
That quarantine won't be good, but after it'll be exciting. Have you talked to the boys or the coaches yet, or is that happening in the next few days?
Yeah, I talked to the coaches. I think I've been in contact with some of the coaches, and haven't really talked to any players besides Rubes, but yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, next couple of days will be exciting for you, I'm sure. But thank you very much for joining us and getting the Phoenix family to know a bit about you, and I'm sure we'll be very excited to hopefully see you on the court in NBL 21.
Yeah, definitely. Looking forward to it. I'm grateful.